About 5 years ago, Nikki and Roger Holmes liked nothing better than tucking into a nice roast with lashings of mint jelly, but today they couldn't look a lamb chop in the loin. And the reason is they've gone into the sheep business, breeding Lincolns crossed with Merinos, and Nikki is a member of the Coloured Sheep Society, and she's also a spinner. And she's one of the people organising the Presenting Wool exhibition for the festival. And there's even more to this story than that, as Pat discovered.
The hills are alive with the sound of... We've all heard of city farmers, but Nikki Holmes and her husband Roger are taking it literally. Their farm in the Adelaide Hills is only a hop, skip and jump from the GPO.
Well, I saw an article in the Woman's Weekly about 5 years ago where a lady was breeding black sheep, and I showed it to my husband and he said, oh, it'll never catch on. But we had some land next door that was available for lease from the Highways Department, and it was full of weeds and things, so we thought, oh well, we'll get a couple of black sheep and get the weeds down, and then when that's done we'll kill them and eat them. But of course we couldn't bear to kill them and eat them once we'd had them for a year because they'd become pets, and it just went on from there actually.
So in Beaumont, one of Adelaide's most exclusive suburbs, where most people keep a Mercedes or even a Rolls in their garage, Nikki and Roger have sheep. And every so often they call in a friend to help shear them.
Haven't lost your touch, Kevin? You haven't lost your touch?
Well, because I haven't done any shearing much for about 20-odd years. But to shear a coloured sheep is quite a lot harder than to shear an ordinary white one, because you cannot see where you're going on the skin, and you need much more light.
Well, the coats keep the fleece clean and free from grass seeds and burrs, and very, very soft. They don't get the hard weathered tips. And it also means when the hand spinners are spinning the wool, they can almost, well, a lot of them do, spin straight from the fleece without combing out. It's very, very soft.
See, it merges into darker grey as you go down to the belly, and then you've got white coming up the top. That's a great fleece.
Last season we sold all our coated wool within 2 weeks of shearing, which is excellent in a coloured wool business.
He and I had no rural experience of any sort, and we grew by trial and error into all of this.
How did you decide on coloured sheep?
Well, they look nicer, I thought, than white sheep. It's very disappointing. You see sheep in a paddock, you go up close and they look very dirty. And the coloured ones, of course, have different markings, and they look attractive, and I thought it would be just something different, that's all.
What was the reaction of the neighbours?
Well, initially we attacked a problem which was a fire hazard, and we fenced the area with the view to removing that, and we gained a lot of neighbour support. They like it too because it looks attractive, seeing sheep grazing on the hill, and sort of a pleasant rural atmosphere, which probably adds to something to Beaumont living.
So the spinning really for you, Nikki, was somewhat incidental then? It came after?
Oh yes, I love working with the sheep. I like the husbandry part of it. But I learned to spin so that I would know what sort of wool spinners were looking for and that I could sell it with confidence. And it has helped me tremendously.